Did you know that the Vatican, the heart of the Catholic Church, has recently changed its stance on same-sex unions? Yes, you heard it right. This unexpected turn of events has left many surprised. The Vatican, which for years held a firm stance, has now seemingly softened its viewpoint. The journey began in 2020, when Pope Francis expressed support for civil union laws for same-sex couples. This was a monumental moment, a glimmer of hope for many. But before the confetti could settle, the Vatican clarified that the Pope's remarks were taken out of context. It was stated that the blessing of same-sex unions was still considered a sin, not in line with God's plan for marriage and family. So, from outright support to a nuanced stance, the journey of the Vatican on same-sex unions has been quite a roller coaster ride. In March 2021, the Vatican dropped a bombshell. A message resonated across the globe, causing a ripple in the vast sea of Catholic followers and beyond. The Vatican, with approval from Pope Francis, announced a stance that was decidedly controversial. They declared that Catholic priests were not permitted to bless same-sex unions. The reason? They were seen as sinful, not fitting within the perceived divine plan for marriage and family. In the midst of the controversy, the Church made an attempt to straddle a fine line. It was clarified that individuals identifying as gay could still receive blessings. The Church recognized them as children of God, deserving of love and acceptance, just like anyone else. However, the same courtesy was not extended to their unions. This subtle distinction was the Vatican's attempt to navigate the complex waters of acceptance and doctrine. The Vatican's stance was an attempt to accept gay individuals without explicitly endorsing same-sex unions. It was a delicate balancing act, affirming the dignity and respect due to every individual, while not appearing to condone what they considered to be sinful actions. This was a fine line to walk, and it caused an uproar both within the Catholic community and outside it. The Vatican's decision was seen as a step back by many, especially considering that Pope Francis had previously expressed support for civil union laws for same-sex couples. This apparent shift in stance left many questioning what the future held for same-sex couples within the Church. It seemed like the Catholic Church was taking a step back, but as we'll see, the story doesn't end there. The winds of change were still blowing, and the next chapter in this unfolding narrative would take many by surprise. Fast forward to December 2023, the Vatican makes another surprising move. In an unexpected turn of events, Pope Francis gives Roman Catholic priests the green light to bless same-sex couples. But here's the catch. It shouldn't be part of regular church rituals or liturgies, and definitely not at the same time as a civil union. Essentially, the decision to bless same-sex couples is left to the discretion of individual ordained ministers. This shift in stance has been met with a mixed bag of reactions. On one hand, supporters of LGBTQ+ rights within the Catholic Church are celebrating this as a significant victory. They see it as a step towards a more inclusive church, one that acknowledges and respects the love between same-sex couples. On the other hand, there's a minority within the Church that's likely to resist this change. They hold on to traditional interpretations of the Bible that condemn homosexual acts. But it's important to remember that interpretations of religious texts can vary greatly. Some focus on the passages that condemn homosexuality, while others emphasize the overarching messages of love, acceptance, and non-judgment. And if we're to delve into the pages of the Bible, Leviticus 18:22 is often quoted by those who argue against homosexuality, stating, "You shall not lie with a male as with a woman, it is an abomination." However, it's worth noting that there are numerous interpretations of this and other passages, with some scholars arguing that the context of these verses is critical and that they may not apply in the same way today. So, what does all this mean for the future? Well, it seems that the journey towards inclusivity within the Church is far from over. With these recent changes, the Vatican promises a future where everyone feels welcomed and blessed in the eyes of the Church. But as we all know, change is often a slow and challenging process. So the journey continues, with new developments promising a future where everyone feels welcomed and blessed in the eyes of the Church. But as we all know, change is often a slow and challenging process. Let's quickly recap this roller coaster journey of the Catholic Church and same-sex unions. We started with Pope Francis, the head of the Catholic Church, showing initial support for civil union laws for same-sex couples. However, the Vatican, the central governing body of the Church, soon clarified that his remarks were taken out of context. Then, in March 2021, the Vatican made a formal announcement. They declared that Catholic priests could not bless same-sex unions because they were considered sinful according to the Church's teachings on marriage and family. Fast forward to the present, there's been a significant shift. Pope Francis has recently given formal permission for Roman Catholic priests to bless same-sex couples. But there's a catch. The blessings must not be part of regular church rituals or liturgies, and not at the same time as a civil union. This change has been praised by supporters of LGBTQ+ rights within the Catholic Church. However, it's also expected to face resistance from a minority within the Church. As we watch this space, remember that each step, no matter how small, is part of a larger journey towards acceptance and love. Until next time, stay tuned and stay informed.